What is going on, people? Welcome to the Top Tier Podcast. This is episode 70. It's a very special episode of the Top Tier Podcast. We are recording this episode live during our 24-hour stream for Extra Life, supporting the BC Children's Hospital. And we're just shy of our goal right now. We're clearly going to hit it. So shout outs to everyone who has donated. Thank you so much. And joining me today, we got Whitney the Siren Santos.
Wow.
Well, I need to make sure I end with, we got YouTube sensation Rudy making his triumphant.
I'm more like a commentator now.
Yeah, I know, man.
Making his triumphant return.
Can I be that? Can I be esports money, Rudy?
Esports money,
Rudy. Can that be my...
No, you can't set your own.
Oh, shit,
you can't set your own title, dog. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And we got.
I'll say it.
And we got last and least Billy.
Carried this motherfucker like
I count
4 fucking bosses, man.
And of course, my name is Brendan. You can find me on the YouTubes at youtube.com/Rattel Factory. You can find this show, the Top Tier Podcast, at youtube.com/Top Tier Podcast. We're also on iTunes, podcast services, SoundCloud. Post every Tuesday. Anyways,
wow.
Also we're going to be taking emails throughout the show. So this is live. Something we haven't done in a little while, so send in emails to toptierpodcast@gmail.com.
We're not going to try to read the chat that much this time because
no.
it was a distraction.
If they're serious about sending us a message, they're going to email us. Yeah. That's what the email is for. Why are you laughing?
Okay, no, I'm just saying there might be a certain someone you're trying to avoid in the chat. Rattel.
You know, there's a certain someone I'm trying to avoid in the chat.
All right.
I mean, you're more
starts with a toasty.
Yeah.
Actually ends with a toasty.
Yeah.
And your fucking brother. Yeah. There's two people in this chat. Out headhunting for me, man. Sons of bitches. You would think that like a charity event, maybe they would cut me a little bit of slack.
No,
I'm sorry.
No,
never.
No, that just increases the savageness.
I had a shower for this, you know that, right?
Dude, I am craving having a shower.
My face was so shiny with all that oil.
Because me and Billy, man.
You are up.
And
5:30. I feel great right now.
Really?
We'll take over for you if you want to clean your stinky ass.
I absolutely need to rinse out my swamp ass. And like, and I want to give a big shout out to Billy as well, man. Billy is such a fucking champ. Joining me, crack of dawn, 5 a.m. We had a great time this morning.
It was really good.
We had a great time this morning. I actually think that was like, this is awesome. This is fun. Best part of the stream though, me and Billy's Cuphead.
I wish I
saw that picture Jerry made by
the way. It was really good. Props to Jerry.
We actually powered. No, we weren't great at it, but we were
it's a hard game.
It's a very hard game.
4 out of 10.
Whitney and I played it at PAX right before it came out, and like when I saw the whole like parry mechanics, and you could tell that this game went through a few kind of phases. Like I think at first it was just kind of like a Contra shooter, but I think they wanted to give more depth to it. And,
didn't they change it though? It was supposed to be all bosses.
Yeah,
and
at first they also wanted to make it all a boss.
It was. Well, that was based off of like fan feedback, like, oh, just bosses, and people are so dumb, dude. Because the bosses are absolutely the most memorable, best parts of the game, and the enemy boss design is so sick.
Dude, everything being hand drawn,
I
absolutely gorgeous
game.
game.
Yeah, gorgeous. Man.
And props to Microsoft as well for
shout outs to you, Microsoft,
for publishing the game too, and to
I wonder who you're working for.
To really believe in that project too. So
yeah, dude, I agree with you, Bear. Sorry to cut you off there, but
no.
Legit, it was just an amazing project.
That's really cool. Yeah, you don't see games like that. You don't see shoot 'em ups like that, especially with that kind of art style.
Not even like movies these days, too, right? Like if you go think about like the old school and Disney and shit, like.
Man,
I feel like
I saw Thor last night, and it was great. I'm not gonna ruin anything for you guys, but like. Just the CGI that we see today, man.
Was it sus?
That's really sus. Yeah,
we saw it together.
I'm just saying, just generally, it's just like people don't care anymore. I don't think so. Just like, I don't know. I think we're all starting to get better because we're consuming so much media. That we can kind of spot things out so much better. And I think even the younger generation before us will be even better at spotting.
Probably.
A lot of the CGI. But
that's too bad. Like Billy's saying, like. The arts, I'm surprised no one has like copied that like 30s Disney kind of like art style. Like it's so slick, man.
I
love
the
look of it.
It's just so much work.
I can imagine.
You know? It takes an indie game, I think, to do that because it takes some.
It's a labor of love.
A labor of love and someone crazy enough to tackle that project. But it's the same for why you don't see many fighting games that use 2D sprites anymore. You know how beautiful Third Strike looked.
It's so weird.
It's a lot of work.
It's so weird that's the reality. It's like now 3D modeling is easier than pixel art. What?
Why is that though?
It's like what?
Just because we have engines built already. Like we have Unreal Engine.
It's like and you make the character model and then you can just animate that character model again and again. With like sprites, you have to animate every single frame,
exactly.
Right?
So
it's a lot more intensive.
Exactly, and you have to decide on everything because you can't go back and change shit.
Yeah.
So it's like it's really kind of you're committed. But yeah, no, it's cool. But speaking of Thor and all these games, this has probably been the craziest quarter four, at least for me, that I remember, with the amount of games and media and Netflix shows.
You're in such an interesting spot because that's why I really want to have you on the show today. Because man, you get early access to all this shit. You're flying out to all these fucking events. You're going to New York Comic Con. Oh, I'm flying out to Canada Cup. Let me just fly down to Florida real quick, cover some Call of Duty shit. I'm just like, what?
I was in that Call of Duty ass, all right?
Yo, man, you've been living the dream, dude.
Well,
awesome.
It's been cool. It's really, really fun. But yeah, it can definitely get tiring a lot. Back, I remember one of the first times where I was really getting into the commentary scene. I got to commentate with Seth Killian, which was amazing. Yeah. That's where a lot of people actually kind of found me through commentary. I didn't realize that until I went to Evo. Yeah, it was when I did it with Seth, and people thought that we were like a great duo. And I remember Seth Killian telling me later on, he was just kind of like, as fun as this whole working for Capcom thing is, it's like, comes a certain point in time, and I didn't even get close to his level, but there's a certain point in time where you start missing your own bed. And it takes a type of person and a type of personality to really be traveling so much, and to always just every weekend just be on a flight. I like, for me, even on the flight back from Canada Cup, I was like, this must be like my 20th flight this freaking year. Like on the flight back, like I was just
nice.
It was just like it was like I was a little bit much, it was a little bit much, but that's why I respect anyone and any journalist and any person who even does commentary full time for the amount that they travel, because shit, that's like, it takes a lot of time and dedication, and a lot of energy too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. They fly up because you're good, man.
Hey, I'm
the best of the best.
Shout out to EPN.TV.
Yes, shout out to Electric Playground, man. Vic is the best boss you can have. He's so cool with me taking time off and to do what I want to do, So that's something I could be forever grateful for, without a doubt. But you've been doing a lot. You're traveling to freaking Disneyland and all that. I'm sure you talked about this in the last.
Lucky.
Disney World, man. Disney World. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm
paying my own way there. It's a big difference.
That's true.
Not to razz you too much, but yeah, dude, we just got we booked our now like Chanel's coming with us too, so there's gonna be three of us.
Oh, what? That's so cool.
So it's gonna be. I would love for more of you guys to come and go on these trips with us, because they're so much fun.
Hey, and to any of you guys who listen to this podcast too, is travel, man. Just
100%.
travel, do whatever you can to travel. Just realized a friend of mine. Shout out to Paulo. He's moving to Japan.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, for three. He's probably gonna be there for a couple of years. If
insane.
Even he wants to live there forever. But
I was talking to him about
the more you travel, the more you kind of get a scope on the world, and you realize how small the world is, and you meet ranges of people, and you find out the differences between West Coast and East Coast. Even
I'm not going to Japan or anything. I'm just going to fucking Disney World. But it's but it's still I've been lucky enough to do quite a bit of traveling over the past,
you have a lot
3-4 years, and you reach a point in your life where when I was younger, I'm just like, I want all I really want, I want the new video game, or I want the new I want the new TV, I want this new thing. And as you get older, I'm just like, I don't care about any of this shit.
That's
man.
when you get older, right?
Yeah, I don't care about this shit. I just
when
want.
You get excited about buying underwear. It's this shit gonna be so comfy.
Hell
that's when you know you're old, man.
New socks. Let's fucking go, dude.
New sponge gets me pretty happy, man. I do all the fucking dishes at home. I'm telling you right now, man.
Well, something so simple. You gotta enjoy the little things, dog.
95% of the time, man.
Someone's gotta zoom into Billy saying that straight to the camera. I do all the fucking dishes at home. Like, damn, you firing shots at your soon-to-be wife or what?
No, let's go. That's 5% of it, but
oh wow.
Damn, let's hope she ain't watching.
All right, Daffio, he loves you. Don't worry.
Honestly, you guys can put this in the wedding video if you guys can.
Yes.
I do 95. Obviously, bleep out the. There's gonna be kids at that shit.
Oh,
but I mean, yeah, just and the things I look forward to most, and the things I, it's traveling.
Yeah.
It's like that. This trip to Disney World, my trip to Hawaii this year is that's what I would much rather spend my money on. That's what I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
Whitney's got to travel a decent amount too.
Yeah,
You guys went to Hawaii this year, right?
Hawaii.
Yeah.
You were on another flight too with me somewhere.
We went to.
I know we went to obviously it's
Whitney.
just Seattle as well.
Go
Oh, we went. Yeah, we
Bot.
went.
I felt like we were on another flight. Too. I don't know, just too many.
We did a lot of flights though together.
Yeah, I'm sick of our local airport here.
Yeah, I know.
YVR?
YVR?
It's a nice airport though. It's a really
It is
nice.
nice. It's nice.
YVR is better than most airports.
It's
Yeah.
better than most, exactly.
The more you
Yeah.
travel, the more you also appreciate home.
Oh yeah.
And then not just the airport,
I don't
but
like that.
several things
Oh, yeah.
about Vancouver, dude.
I don't like the Toronto YZZ. There's
YZZ.
the
Why is
Pearson.
YYZ?
YYZ.
Fly down to LA,
Right.
dude. LAX
Toronto
fucking
Pearson.
sucks.
Oh.
Yeah. LAX is
Oh,
still
dude,
better.
LAX
than
is pretty bad, man.
LAX is
We're gonna
terrible.
go there.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
going for your
yeah.
bachelor
May.
party.
Yeah.
That's right.
Take pictures of the airport so I can see how shitty
Hey, you
it
guys
is.
are rooming together, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Probably gonna
Yes,
sleep.
yeah, I'm so happy about that.
I'm
actually.
probably
I
gonna
think it's
sleep.
so fun.
Do you want to sleep with Boris or do you want to sleep with Roman? Or
Yeah, I'll sleep with Boris, man. That's my brother.
my
dog. I
probably
don't mind.
yeah,
I don't
matter.
care actually with anyone. I'm not.
Yeah,
Billy, just don't sleep with Boris.
I'm not.
You're gonna regret
You
that.
guys have to take the.
There
take the
are
fucking
a
bus.
lot of farts to consume.
No,
Absolutely.
no, Boris.
So-
Let's quarantine it all
No,
to one
you
mattress.
you can
dude.
bring a jar, dog, if you want.
quarantine
Take
that.
it.
Oh my
Boris,
God.
Boris and I, we fart quite a bit. Boris is like
Yo,
one
Boris
big
was,
one.
Billy was farting on the stream today, dude. Me and
Oh,
Marco
shit,
are
Billy,
here.
get him.
No, but are
man.
you forcing it though? Are you forcing it?
Relax.
What?
Because Boris forces them, and it's really bad.
Yeah, that's bad. No, mine is just natural. I just very.
Okay, so you're
He's-
natural. That's good.
Mine's
That's
natural. I'm
good.
just very gassy, man.
Boris just like forces it, and it makes me like just wonder a little.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a really good time. Can you guys believe it? Since when we started this podcast, Billy's now getting married.
Billy's
and all this
getting
stuff's
married.
happening. Everyone's
It's
getting
insane.
old. Rattel's got a Jewish beard. Like, what's
Whoa,
going
what?
on
I don't know, man.
these days?
I'm
But
getting old.
let's get back into some more forms of entertainment. Let's talk about what's been going on. Rattel,
I'm still trying to dissect that
he's
comment.
got a
no,
stroke going on, but
Still
this-
analyzing this.
I know Rattel's got a Switch. Let's get it. The elephant in the room,
What?
at least for me,
Why Switch?
is the Nintendo Switch. All right.
What the fuck did the what?
God
Okay.
damn it, Nintendo has been
You-
absolutely
you,
killing it.
You got one not too long ago.
I
right?
did, and I was playing on Whitney's too quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, I was nam scamming her for sure.
course.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Didn't have
And I got my
Usual.
own of like recently, and got Mario Odyssey, and holy shit,
And Breath of
Have
the
you beaten
Wild?
it yet?
I've not. No. You know, I've been taking my time. I
too,
definitely
me too.
could have beaten it.
Me
by
and
now.
Billy were playing a little bit this morning.
Yeah, it's fun in 2-player, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's
Dude,
really
the
fun.
entire game I've played through in 2-player with me and
Really?
Chriselle.
That's awesome. Yeah. Whitney and I played for one session. I played like 80% of it single player, and then Whitney and I played 2-player, and it was a
So
blast.
fun.
Because
It's-
I remember
it's
Mario
really
Galaxy
fantastic.
1 in 2007 and Galaxy 2 even. The second player literally just had a fucking Wii remote,
And you just
they would
collect
just
stars.
collect stars,
Yeah.
and just bullshit. Like it was really almost like a pathetic excuse to play with someone. Yeah, you just
like
suck
the
suck
game
in
is
that
a
Wii
little
remote.
like playing with 2 players on Mario Odyssey. It's a little easy mode, you know.
It
'Cause
is. In some ways, though, you
The game's
also-
not that hard, anyways.
It's not
but-
hard, but when you get better, you learn how to maneuver the jumps really well. You learn how to jump on top of the hat. So, arguably, it's even a little harder on 2-player mode,
Your fault.
right?
Oh.
So, it's arguably even harder in 2-player mode. And, you know, not only that, we have Breath of the Wild.
Oh god.
Shut up!
Papa Rattel.
This is a great stream moment right here. Oh, Rattel's dad does not want to embarrass
Get
Rattel
out! Get out of here, man!
Damn it, this
Papa down Rattel
Oh,
right
we
there.
were about to
man.
meet Papa Rattel. Jesus,
The
that
true
would've been-
Rattel.
I'm sorry, stream. I was trying to kind of continue the conversation just
But,
so you can,
but you have a legend.
just so
coming.
Rattel didn't get the opportunity to tell him to go away.
Yeah. We want.
But back to the subject. Yeah, Mario Odyssey, absolutely amazing. I'm glad you guys are playing it together too.
Mm-hmm.
And Breath of the Wild, I've not beaten that either because I just got my Switch. But that game is arguably, and I probably is actually better than Mario Odyssey
It is
and one of the
because
best.
because Zelda Breath of the Wild I've actually finished.
Yeah.
Oh
I've,
man, how did you do
I've
the
done a
Divine
shitload-
Beast?
The Divine Beasts are easy. You know?
I'm stuck on the stupid like giraffe one. I'm so confused.
The giraffe one, that's like one of the easiest.
No,
ones.
it's not. No way. How do you do it? Can you do it for me, please?
Yeah, real talk though. Rattel has a GameFAQs account. He's
What?
like reading up all those
No, read that.
guides.
I'm the author of that game facts. Dude, I know this game inside and out. All right. But no, I think it's so insane that this is like the year of Nintendo. Like
Yeah.
they have
No.
not had
Yeah.
this. This is such an insane year, especially after the last 7 years they've had have kind of been like obviously the Wii and the DS were
Yeah.
a huge success.
That's not even like
But
slide
the-
around.
the-
That shit has been
the tail
awful.
end. The tail end of Wii was really bad.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Just the Wii U
Wii U was
not
good.
good.
No, yeah, the original
all,
Wii sold a lot of hardware, but the software
attachment was
shitty.
It
was the worst software attachment. That's
like,
why you stopped seeing
the Wii was a runaway success. Like Mario Kart, like on Wii sold like fucking 35 million or some ridiculous number. Like the key titles sold like crazy.
Yes, yeah.
But it did not have legs like at all. Like it was still a huge runaway success.
Yeah.
But I feel like all the actual video game fans, like anyone, when you bring up the Wii, it's not in a positive light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It may have sold a lot, but it was very like.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, it had a lot of great hidden gems and really cool titles. But I'm never even been a graphics guy. But around 2009, 2010. Not like still using like composite or components.
Yeah, it's insane. No HDMI, dude.
Yeah, it was
like,
a 480. It was a 480p system. Like it was just it was really starting to show its age fast because it was already so behind.
Like, yeah, like it had some good games on it, but it's really shitty at the same time because dude, those games are stuck on there.
Yeah.
Because that stupid fucking Wii remote. Right?
Yeah,
Skyward Sword, it's not even the greatest Zelda game, but you're never going to be able to play that game normally unless they completely fucking retool it because of all of the motion controls and the waggle.
I fucking hate that shit. When I was playing it, it's like, you need motion. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, you need Wii Motion. What? Oh, Wii Motion Plus.
Wii Motion Plus.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
God.
Catch me.
And but that's, that all kind of concludes the point. Is just a fantastic point of just like how, Nintendo was at a spot even a year ago where I was really thinking, I was like, man, we might start seeing Mario on the PS4, on the Xbox One, because they were doing so bad. But look at Nintendo now.
Dude,
what a year for them, and what an amazing system.
It's not even just like the Switch is a huge success. Like it's a success.
It's already about to
very well.
It's already about to surpass Wii U.
And they're saying that by March next year it'll surpass Wii U, which is insane.
That's crazy.
Because that's in 1 year.
Yeah.
But then they have arguably two of the best games in like the last decade. You know what I mean, with Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, and then even outside of that, like you got like the SNES Classic, like holy shit,
that thing's amazing.
They're slaying it.
Dude,
it's insane.
Like selling hotcakes.
It
is. I'm probably not gonna buy one.
You have
you can find one.
Well, I got two Super Nintendos right there. First of all,
and I got another one.
I got like shoe boxes full of SNES games.
Yeah.
But still, what an amazing story! Like
it
Nintendo
was really
just
cool.
turned.
Yeah, I'm glad they finally found that portable hybrid, because they've always dominated the portable scene, and now they just are in that kind of golden zone, and it's amazing. I can't wait to even see what they do with like a Switch Pro or something. It'll probably come out another year or two.
And because I grew up on Nintendo. Like I play primarily PS4, PC, whatever these days.
Yeah.
But it's like I grew up like with the SNES, N64, GameCube. Like I was a Nintendo kid through and through. And then I eventually started playing other things, but I'm always a Nintendo kid at heart. It's in my DNA as a gamer. Yeah, and so to see them come back like this, it makes me happy, man. It makes me happy. And like I think Shuhei Yoshida, from Sony even said like Nintendo doing well is good for the whole video games industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when Nintendo's not doing well because they're like the gateway drug for a lot of gamers.
Yeah.
So like Nintendo doing well means good for everyone.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. People have to support each other more. Like as bad as the Xbox One has been doing, I'm really rooting for Microsoft too. Like I barely ever touch the Xbox One we have in our place. And like it has like a lot of dust.
It's my media device.
Yes, it is because it is an amazing media device.
It's fantastic. It's got VLC.
Yeah. That's what we use it for
great,
too,
dude.
Whitney and I. But other than that, it's just kind of like they've had a few really solid titles. But I want them to do well because competition is healthy, and it's the reason why PS4 did so well is because they screwed up so much during the PS3 era. And it's kind of like Xbox and Sony really kind of swapped reverse spots there. So
I mean, PS3 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
It was good, but it had you can't deny it had a really rocky launch.
Oh, it's terrible. Dude,
yeah.
it launched at like $600.
$600. There was a lot of issues, and even the way Sony handled
lineup
things,
was
like
ass.
the yellow light of death was more common than people thought.
Sure.
And like Sony did not handle that as well as Microsoft did. Microsoft extended people's warranty. They made the process smooth, and they at the end of the day they owned up to their mistake.
Sure.
And I respected that so much about Microsoft, whereas Sony didn't do shit. If you had your yellow light of death and it was the 2 years to pass,
one of my most viewed videos on my channel is me and you blow drying my fucking fat PS3, dude, getting that shit fixed.
Do you know what?
Because I needed to save my Assassin's Creed 3 save.
Because I went through that shit, man. That was the most stressful shit because I was waiting for the Slim to finally like come out, and it was just so stressful. I didn't want to buy another fat one. So it was shit. Yeah.
I have two PS3s. I got my like the Yellow Light of Death one. We hit the one that we salvaged, the fat one.
Yeah.
And then the Foreman grill one.
Yeah,
And
Foreman. Yeah,
like,
you have the super slim one. I don't like that
bad.
one. Yeah,
but they didn't have like the regular slim anymore.
Yeah. The regular slim is considered the best right now.
I think so.
That was 5 years ago, right?
It's a long time ago.
Probably, yeah.
5
Yeah,
years
because
ago.
I think it was probably 2012 or something like
Yeah,
that.
that was our first one, like before our first podcast.
I think
The
you're right.
reason why it got busted was because we tried NBA and it just didn't make it.
I'll never forget. That's why I never let them.
Billy was too godlike at the game.
Dude,
he
I was-
exploded the PS3.
I did rip you guys up though.
That's why I never let him play the NBA. He wanted to play it on stream today. I'm just like, fuck no, dude. Keep that shit out of my house.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
wreck my PS4.
2K17, right? on
Yeah,
my
that was
PlayStation.
fun. That was fun.
Bearman, you last weekend was Halloween. You were over in Toronto for Canada Cup.
Yes.
Oh,
Tell
shit.
us about it, dog. How was it?
Oh, it was a great tournament. I was telling you guys a little bit earlier about the 24-hour venue was the big change for this
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah. Wow.
Which is like
24-hour venue, that's awesome.
very few tournaments do that. I know Combo Breaker in Chicago, I think.
I mean,
it
it's
is. They're
probably
one
a
of the few
nightmare
tournaments.
for the venue, and they have to staff it 24 hours and security and all that shit.
Yeah,
right?
to be honest, they were surprisingly very chill. I didn't remember even seeing anyone.
Really?
Yeah,
No
kind of
one's
really,
there.
kind of like really, I guess fully
Kind of
kind of
makes sense.
security is what I'm talking
can also
about.
be a
There's-
noise
There's
thing,
staff
too.
all over the place, and everyone was pretty cool and chill, and I think that was a lot of fun. But every time I go to Canada Cup, it always inspires me. Like it really, when I just start to kind of maybe slowly lose interest in commentary and all this stuff. Anytime I go to a Canada Cup and I see the passion and the love and just when I see all that kind of put together into this one event, it's amazing. I absolutely loved it, and it was a terrific event. We had one little bad issue with the whole Quackbot situation, which was really
right.
suspect.
It
Of
was
this,
really
for you guys who
bad.
don't know, it was like this one Canadian player. I think he's from Calgary.
PC Marvel God, aka.
Yes, he entered the tournament twice, and
That's so
he
bad.
now he has like a lifetime
Like
ban.
he entered
and-
once, but there was another player who she didn't have her stick or something
Yeah.
like that, and so she offered him his place even after he had already been eliminated. So he played again under her name, and that fucks up the entire integrity of the tournament. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's a really bad look.
It
and
is.
now
It's really bad. And the worst thing that came from that wasn't actually even the thing at Canada Cup. Was some of the defenses I've heard and saw on Twitter was the fact it was like, oh, I do this all the time, and
Yeah.
I did this at Evo and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, like
Wow.
he made it like top 8. I think
because
one
he's
of the
like
years at
because
Evo.
like I think last year or the year before he made like top 8 at
Yeah,
for
so I think
Marvel
he's top
3.
8 or he might have been
so
top
he's like
4,
a legit
yeah.
player.
Yeah,
And,
he's real
um,
solid.
And so his actions throughout the bracket will have a serious impact
Oh,
on the
yeah,
tournament.
I know.
dude.
If you're playing more than once, dude, that's like
Yeah.
the most suspect stuff
Yeah.
ever. And it's like you cannot mess around with this kind of stuff. Like I can't believe someone would even try to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if someone beats you, they're gonna see you still on winner's side. Like you don't get away with shit like this.
No,
and it's just it was
Especially, like-
for me, the reason why why I'm talking about it too, it's just not because it was like the hot thing of the tournament. I don't want the tournament to be defined by that. And that was kind of the sad thing actually about chilling with a lot of the Canada Cup staff was just seeing some of their reactions and their emotions to a lot of the stuff. And just seeing that they felt like their whole kind of tournament was defined by that moment. And like they were just really sad, and just seeing their emotion at the end of that tournament just kind of broke my heart because I know they pour their freaking lives into making these events happen.
100%,
And they're always kind of just one person doing some scummy stuff is just kind of being the talk of the tournament.
And now it's like, what does this mean for other tournaments moving forward? It's like, are we going to have like identity verification in pools? Like,
Might
it's
be it.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, when I was even at Comic-Con, the way they did their ticket system there was like, whoa, like you punch in, and if you're out of there, you have to punch out.
Holy
Yeah, like so you cannot do like any form of like tickets. Yeah, no nam scams at all at
Yeah,
Comic-Con,
that's my
dude.
favorite.
They are
Wait, so is it like
on
is it like a card you punch in, or how is it?
No,
work?
they have people, and they have do security obviously on you through like a metal detector, and then they have people who punch in and then make sure that you weren't already punched in and stuff like that. And then when you leave, you have to punch out.
They should probably do that here.
Yeah,
then.
to stop people from doing the buy one ticket, bring in your friend
Exactly.
bullshit trick.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
that's good.
That's smart.
Oh, for
Yeah.
Comic-Con, it has to happen because it's so packed
full,
already.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
100%.
Yeah,
So
it was
many
cool
people
at Comic-Con actually. Just seeing the amount of, I think I mentioned this time, just the love for Spider-Man there is just so funny to see. But
This was in
It's
New
New
York
York,
Comic Con,
New
right?
York.
Oh yeah, that's their
why-
boy,
why
dude.
it's
That's
hilarious.
That's the home
That's
turf.
the home turf. So just seeing all these Spider-Mans, like this is so fucking cool. But yeah, anyways, back to Canada Cup. Great event overall. If you guys are even anywhere in the East Coast, even if you guys are in New York and Jersey, you guys can make your way there. It's quite a few hour drive, but it's very attainable. That's a good part about having it in Toronto now. You're not in the middle of nowhere. So you can
Didn't it used to be in Calgary or something?
Calgary, we had Vancouver a little while, but Vancouver's scene, we're all hipsters here, so nobody likes to come out and support.
I agree.
So it's kind of like, it just, the lack of support was just kind of like, we can't do it here, guys. Like, it's just not much. But Toronto, man, good. East Coast fools, you guys are amazing. People just come out, have a good time. Don't give a fuck. I love the Toronto scene. They're amazing. Yeah. But I want to ask you guys were at a party, all right, that I got to miss out on, that I heard you weren't there.
Oh,
Billy.
Billy.
I'm an old man.
What do you mean you're old man? Get out
Billy,
here,
what did you do for Halloween then?
Yeah.
I had to see vendors.
You working?
That. I see clients and that.
Or so you had to see. Okay, well that sucks.
That's fair.
Yeah. But how was the party?
So we went to. So basically every year Boris, has this big party or whatever. He has one on New Year's, sometimes Valentine's, Halloween, and they're basically just like. It's like a private party. It's like private, but it's open. But it's basically everyone there like knows everyone almost, right? And it's in a private bar like above a bowling alley, and the venue's kind of suspect. But I mean, it's so much fun, dude, because it's like everyone there is like it's the Vancouver community. It's like a bunch of people from the conventions. Like our whole crew is usually there, and yeah, man, this last the Halloween one's always the most fun because everyone's in costume and everyone. Yeah, I feel like everyone goes ham on Halloween, The Halloween, especially as an adult, it's like, man, it's one of my favorite holidays. Like, I fucking love to just dress up. And, man, I drank way too much.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear about. I heard everyone got absolutely crunk.
Even my girlfriend was there, and she drank a lot.
She had fun.
She had a good time, and I had a good time.
That's how you got to do it, man. That's the thing about, for you guys who watch, Vancouver is a city with, like, a huge nerd culture, like, absolutely enormous. Because the weather's shit, everyone stays at home, watches shit, and plays games. But the issue is people just don't like to come out very much to a lot of things. So even having these small little community parties and such is like it brings people together and it brings the hermits out. And
100%.
That's what it's fun for.
And dude,
I think that's very important.
Some of the nerds here, dude, they know how to party.
Oh yeah,
they go hard. They go hard. It's actually like holy shit. I was not expecting that. Like, I remember we were just there on the dance floor. Sometimes you see some suspect shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was there on the dance floor. There's a guy there. Fucking just in his underwear.
What? I didn't see that.
Did you grab his ass or
no? I didn't. I'm just like, this is a little weird.
Love tap.
This is a little weird. Love tap. I'll just make my way to the other side of the dance floor and we're all good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean,
but hey, everyone, it's a space where everyone can just like be themselves.
And that's 100%. So important. That's what conventions I feel like used to be. I mean, I can go on a whole rant about conventions on their own, but like that's what I felt like conventions were, and that's why even when I saw cringy and nerdy shit at conventions, I was like, you know what? You cannot hate on these people. Like this is their one time of year to really kind of be
really
themselves and to kind of have fun and to express their love for the things they like.
It pisses me off when at work or whatever, I know a lot of people who it's so foreign to them. It's such a foreign thing, and it is a weird, very niche thing when you think about it, really, right? But they're like, oh, what a bunch of losers. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, fuck off.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like what does it matter to you? It pisses me off. Anyways, but we're gonna move on to some email questions.
Okay.
Oh yes, I want to hear this.
Let's move on to some email questions.
Nice quick one today.
And you guys can, of course, send in questions. We're taking emails at toptierpodcast@gmail.com. There's a few that I want to check out.
Bear, did you see some of the comments earlier saying that you look a little bulky?
I like bulky. Yo, bulky to me is like 5 pounds. Exactly, like 5 pounds heavier. Because I'm a fucking like little toothpick. So any little difference people see.
There's a message from your boy Crow. Oh. I think he was here in the chat earlier. I think he goes by Hero/Crow. Hey, what's good, guys? This is a gaming related question.
Oh.
So I wanted to make sure to ask it since we got Bear on the show. Yeah. Glad to see you guys bringing the podcast back after so long. Rattel, read this slowly.
Oh, shit. This is serious.
I'm ready.
Camera. Read it.
Dude, you're making me nervous now.
I'm watching you right now.
As you guys know, gaming these days has been riddled with microtransactions, the $60 myth, and the god-awful decisions in AAA titles nowadays. What are your thoughts on this? Also, another question is, the Microsoft/Xbox brand shit show At this point, I honestly feel that the only things you need in terms of gaming is a PS4 and Switch for all the exclusives of a gaming PC. Okay, so let's talk about Xbox.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
You know, as sad as that is, and I don't like to.
True.
Just Xbox has not been delivering on the software front.
I mean, PC master race though.
I heard that. I heard that. I love PC gaming.
Yeah,
It's
right.
amazing.
so good.
Yeah, it's good.
But like even like Super Lucky's Tale, I hear was a dud.
What, really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it when I played it at
Did you?
PAX. I really liked it. It was
I heard
really
it.
fun.
I heard it was a little sus.
When I was talking to Vic, I asked him about it. He said it was just playing that after playing Mario Odyssey was like just such a step back. Like he loves Lucky's Tale too. He's the one person who didn't shut up about that game, and I can understand that. That's probably why it came out at a bad time.
Yeah.
You know, that's a game that's easily inspired by Mario. But let's get to the actual question: microtransactions in games. This has been a huge topic.
Microtransactions, loot boxes.
Because Forza 7 has had loot boxes. We've been seeing Shadow of War. Battlefront 2 has had a huge
there's
kind
a
of
huge backlash, and they
Yeah.
retooled it and shit.
Yeah. Even like Origins, I think. Assassin's Creed had some. Oh, it has microtransactions, not loot boxes.
It's really funny,
But
it has.
I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm probably like 10 hours in the game. I haven't seen a single loot box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I just heard it had a lot of microtransactions. Is what I heard. I'm not sure how true that is.
I think it's a lot of just like cosmetic stuff, or like you might get the sword, but you'll eventually find stuff later in the game that outscales it anyways, and it's better. It's just like maybe if you want that early access to that one really good weapon or something like that. So I mean, it's there. It's a single player game, so
it's definitely been killing
weird.
a lot of games, because right now I think developers need to really look at how their games are coming out publicly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having these articles written about your games is the worst negative kind of press you can get before a game launches. You know, like I did a stream with Vic yesterday too, and we were trying out the Xbox One X because he got it early. And Shadow of War, he just put on there, and I was like, "Is Shadow of War out right now?" And he said, "Yeah, this game came out." And I was like, "What the hell?" Like I had no clue this game was out, because all I've heard about it was negative stuff because of the loot boxes.
But a game's supposed to be good.
It's supposed to be good, but because of the loot boxes and because of that whole kind of bad aura that's surrounding it, has really killed it. This is the same issue Capcom's having, right? Capcom right now, they're doing a smooth and good job with Monster Hunter World. They're getting good articles written about them. But for every fighting game they've released, Marvel Infinite included, has had some shitty articles written about the game. And all of these casual players and people who are on the fence of buying a fighting game are like, hell no, I'm staying away from this. Like that collector's edition with the Easter eggs or whatever the fuck
oh
it
my
was.
god, dude, the gems.
You might as well not have a collector's edition at all.
So Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, for those of you guys who don't know, basically they released a really expensive version in the game that comes with like the actual like Infinity Stones.
Oh, okay.
And like all the promotional artwork shows like some really cool cool collectibles, whatever. And then when people actually finally started getting their copies and looking at the gems, they look like shit. They look like fucking Easter eggs.
Yeah.
They're not transparent. They look like glass.
You can't even take them out.
You can't even take them out of the case.
God.
The box is just kind of like these Easter eggs attached to the box. It's just like,
and it's like what
bad press.
fuck?
And the whole DLC thing, I knew right away. Like,
It's genius.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit 2 podcasts ago. But I'm just
smart.
saying, what I'm trying to get to is the fact that
money.
these articles in these press, and they need to stay away. Another game that fully died because of loot boxes is Deus Ex. That game did not sell very well at all.
No.
This I think it was Human Revolution or Mankind Divided.
Mankind Divided was the one back in the day.
Human
with,
Revolution
like last
is,
generation.
Yeah, Human Revolution is the new one.
the
Yeah,
new
that's the one that had the loot boxes, which came out last year, I believe. And
Ooh.
that game did not sell very
We
well.
won't be seeing another Deus Ex.
We
game
probably
anytime
will
soon.
not be seeing that, and that's honestly a huge part, and because of these damn loot boxes. And also, I heard the game didn't have a very good ending.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of cut off, and you had to buy the DLC
not-
to.
Oh my god.
Wasn't
Yeah.
a good package.
Shitty.
It's
It's hurting games. Like they need to kind of step back. And right now, a good article written about your game is like, this game does not have any loot boxes. It's okay to have microtransactions here and there,
It's
as
like-
long as they don't help you win in the game. But
I mean,
there's 2 sides to the argument, and there's a correct way to do loot boxes. I think
Blizzard
And
does it really well.
I think Blizzard does well. I think like Overwatch loot boxes. I think they're fantastic.
Free.
And like if you really want this one rare piece, like you can just buy the currency. You can specifically buy that individual item, right?
Yeah.
And to play devil's advocate, I think that I kind of understand why they need these loot boxes. Like Overwatch, for instance, like they're releasing new content, they're putting out patches, all that shit's not free.
sense.
All that shit's not free. Those servers, keeping those servers online, hiring a community manager, all that shit requires money. So they need to. It's like we have like we've sold this many amounts of the game, but now like 2 years later, all these people are still playing the game. Like, how do we monetize off those people? How do we keep these servers on? How do we keep these patches coming? Like, there needs to be like a happy middle ground.
But that's for multiplayer games.
Like,
for sure.
Toasty, Human Revolution was the last gen one. Okay, we were wrong.
Oh,
okay, thank you. You suck.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, just so the people who are listening, later on will know.
Probably.
I mean, multiplayer games are fine because microtransactions don't determine
and then when like pay to win becomes a thing, that's when it's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Like I know that's what a lot of people had with Battlefront too.
But at the same time, we cannot look at one successful story and copy that. Remember, like I would say about 5-6 years ago now, because League of Legends was so successful and it was a free-to-play game, everyone else was trying to do free-to-play and they were failing. Sometimes there is just kind of a time and place, and there's already someone taking that kind of position. When every game starts having loot boxes and it just kind of starts to become a normal thing, that's when you can start to hear the outcry from
100%.
players, right?
Yeah.
So they just need to look at it as kind of like, you don't need to be always following what the big guy is doing, what 100%. The top dog is doing. So
especially like in a single player game, like I just don't understand.
Exactly.
It's not like you need to patch, or I'm sure you need to patch like certain bugs or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not like ongoing like years later or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's good when like as gamers, people are getting mad about certain loot boxes. I think it's important to give that feedback, like what the fuck, this isn't cool.
Yeah.
Right. And but also like on developers, like there needs to be a happy middle ground, because I do agree that patches and community managers and keeping these servers online for years and years, like that comes with a cost, right?
Yeah, I'm a bigger fan of just like big expansions.
Sure.
And I love what Nintendo has done with their very affordable expansions. Like they give you some good deals, right? Like I remember the Mario Kart DLC.
Mario Kart DLC is like some of the best DLC.
12 or 13 bucks, and you got some really good content in there.
It's a must-have, dude.
And and I think Horizon's gonna do very well with Frozen Wilds.
So
for
excited
sure as
for
well.
that.
Yeah,
like
just have like one big thing and just like release that. Trust me, like your real fans will come out and buy that. But when it's clear that you're trying to kind of nickel and dime people for every little piece,
like mobile games.
Well, no, mobile games are just microtransactions just to make money.
Yeah, that's kind of been the model of mobile games.
But we're talking about like good on expansion. Blizzard's always been okay with that shit. Blizzard is like the pinnacle of like microtransactions and expansions. Like
they're doing it right.
Great content. Excluding Diablo 2. I mean Diablo 3.
3.
I was about to say,
don't about that too early. Too early. Don't talk about Diablo 2.
Diablo 2, dude. Don't fuck with that shit, dude.
How about World of Warcraft, man?
Yeah,
People keep coming back because it's jam-packed.
Did you hear about legacy servers?
Yes, I'm so excited for that, but I don't want to play it.
Yeah, they've had a really good BlizzCon. I think it was BlizzCon, right?
It happened.
It was like StarCraft 2.
It's still happening right now. StarCraft 2 went free to play.
Yeah, that's
going free to play.
So good.
I think multiplayer is free to play. I believe
the campaign's probably
which is fine. We pay for the story, right? But like multiplayer is free to play.
Free. Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool.
It's probably really good for the community, especially.
Yeah, they need that because like free to play works for, like you guys said, in a certain extent if it's like a multiplayer thing. But if it's a single player, you can't have a free to play game.
Yeah, it's definitely a great question, though. Great question.
Yeah.
It's definitely something we could talk
Hero,
about.
Thanks so much for the.
Great question.
Thanks for the question. Here's a question from your boy, MK Toasty.
Of course.
Any good hentai recommendations?
Oh,
Bear, you're on this. You should recommend.
What kind of fucking show is this?
Bible Black.
Thanks
forever.
so much for the Thanks for the email, Toasty.
Toasty, I'll private message you that.
Bible Black.
PM.
I'll
So
PM.
slide in those DMs. Slide in the DMs.
Yeah, I'll show you some good websites. Any more questions? Is that all MK Toasty had?
Oh yeah, that's all. Yeah. I just wanted to humor.
That's it.
Hey, Top Tier. I told Billy and Rattel this morning, but I've been watching you all since the start, and until now I've never emailed in.
Oh.
I just wanted to take this time to tell you how great you all are. Thanks so much, man.
Wow.
Thank you.
My question is, if the podcast were to end today and you had another special edition episode 5 years down the special episode 5 years down the line, where would you hope you are in all of your lives?
Oh, wow.
From your London listener,
Christian.
London. AKA 4chan Perino. He was in the chat earlier. That's right.
Is he here?
He might be gone at this point. It's probably
it's late there
like
right
middle
now.
of the night over there or some shit.
That's a really
London.
good question. Yeah, always these 5 years. I remember when I was going into high school, my first year of high school. We had to write a letter to ourselves. I'm sure you guys
Really?
did too.
Yeah. I never had that.
No, I didn't do that.
We wrote a letter to ourselves for when we were about to graduate, and it was kind of like.
What did you say to yourself, dog?
I forgot, but I just remember, like, you better have this shit. You better have that shit. I was like, damn, motherfucker, I ain't got none of this, man.
You better have all the new video games.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think one of the things was like, you better have a car by now, or something like that. I definitely did not have a car when I was grade 12.
You kind of have one now.
I have now one now, but I'm saying, but this was
great.
back then, you know what I mean? It was
7 to 10,
yeah, from grade 8 to like 12 was just kind of like, you know, was a big jump. But I don't know. I guess I can go first.
Sure.
I mean, I would love to be around the game industry like I am now. And honestly, as dead as my YouTube channel has been, I'm talking to a partnership soon on Monday. I have a call with someone.
Okay.
But I actually want to be in a place with my YouTube channel where I'm happy, even if I ended it by then. Mm-hmm. I hope it was a good kind of conclusion to my channel.
Career, good YouTube career.
Yeah, like a solid conclusion. You know, whether or not it's just me going ham for like a year or two and then kind of ending it. But that's where I want to be. I would want like full closure with YouTube, or to have a successful YouTube channel of some sort. So
sure,
yeah.
That's something I would love to see for sure.
I'd love to see that too.
Yeah.
So I don't have to work no more.
Yeah.
I still want to work, man.
I love that voice.
You don't want to stay at
no
home
more.
and do nothing.
Make that YouTube money, bitch.
Right?
That's true. That's
Right?
true. Let's just play Breath of the Wild all the
It'll
time.
be 5 years later.
Yeah.
The Game of the Year edition.
Yeah,
Animal Crossing!
they'll have an HD 4K remaster by
Yo,
then.
I'm down for that.
Yeah,
all
that's a
right.
good question.
That is a really good question.
Bertel, go for
Yeah,
it.
Like I know, like it's weird. I'm not the most goal-oriented person. I know everyone like should have a 5-year plan, whatever.
No,
Yeah.
fuck
What?
that
People
shit.
say that you should?
Yeah.
What the?
A lot of people, a lot of people do that. I'm a very much a play it by ear kind of guy. So long as
Bertel's a sprinter, not a marathon runner.
exactly. I hope that I don't know. I just hope I'm still pursuing my passion, whatever that may be, with the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's really it. And that I continue to keep good company with you guys, and
That's probably gonna happen.
I know we've been
That's
friends
gonna
since fucking
happen.
high school, so I don't see that changing. But that's pretty much it. I don't have these crazy ambitious goals or anything like that. Just
chilling.
Yeah,
Let's get the top tier family bigger as 5-year goal.
bigger.
Well, there's a lot of us
Well, there's
already.
already a lot of us
yeah.
already,
Yeah.
No, I
How
mean
much
I'm talking
more?
about like the audience.
Oh.
audience is
yes.
You
the
guys,
audience is
yes.
the family, guys.
like, subscribe, share, tell your friends.
Yeah, guys, it's something as little as I've been doing YouTube for a little while, but just something as little as someone sharing you on Reddit or sharing you on Facebook. Like it helps a lot, man. I've had my videos been shared on Reddit, and I've gained like a small new audience from that, and like that helps so much. And
That's pretty cool.
Where-
Reddit's such a nice place to be on.
But
All
where's
right.
your content, dude?
Whitney, I know, dude. Don't worry. Dog.
I watch you all the time.
I just came.
You
from,
just came, dog.
from the slave. I came from the slave labor of machinima, dog. All right. I had my chains tied back. All right. You don't even know how bad
Okay,
my
yeah.
contract. If
Billy's
you saw
right,
my
though.
contract, you'd be like, "What is going on, Bear?" I was tied down to some crazy shit.
You sure show me the contract,
No,
man.
no. I mean, I had no choice, dog.
Okay.
All right. It's okay.
Not
Whitney, go ahead. We'll talk about.
Oh
this
shit!
soon.
5 years. Still doing the podcast, hopefully, because I actually really like doing the podcast.
Right.
Probably
Seriously?
trying to move up in Microsoft. That's my goal right now. So yeah,
It's a big company.
it's a really big company.
You better tell them to step their shit up with games.
You know what, Bear? Where's your content at though? Come on now. All right.
Coming from the wife.
Come on. Where it at though? Where it at though?
Billy.
I know. I shouldn't give him the ammunition.
Yeah.
Ammunition.
Yeah, Billy. What's on the horizon for Billy?
No, man. I'm the same as Rattel. Seriously, people think I have a plan. I don't fucking know.
What?
I'm
You
doing,
seem
guys.
like you have your shit together. Like
Billy,
you know
you
what
don't
you
wanna build
want.
Just because you don't have a 5-year plan doesn't mean you don't have.
You don't want to
No,
own.
but I
You don't want to own an
expect that from
RX-7
Billy.
in 5 years. You don't want to have a project drift car in 5 years.
You don't
Come
want
on,
your
dog.
Skyline dog.
R32 in 5 years.
Personally, for me now, like physical possessions and shit, like just property. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. I just like to travel now.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool,
really
yeah.
do. Like I just like
Yeah.
spending time with friends. Like this is it's pretty awesome right now. Spending time even at 5 a.m. in the morning. I was down to wake up and hang out with Hotel because
Yeah.
we rarely get to hang out anymore because of our lives are so busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So personally, for me, Yeah, I wish I was Drip King, but no. In all honesty, I would just keep chilling, be happy, and make sure I'm in a good equilibrium with everything.
That's good though.
I'm just
Everything
gonna
in
be up, so it's
balance.
gonna be down. Like as long as I'm happy, I'm happy.
Billy.
As long as I have a roof over my head and food, and I was able to count my macros.
What?
Honestly, in all honesty, like
I was waiting for that. I was waiting. I was like, wait for it. Wait for
You
it.
got a
I have to put that shit.
mechanical keyboard. You're
yeah,
good.
yeah. Like that's all I'm happy about. Like I don't know. I just
That's good.
yeah. I'm not a very superficial person. Well, not
It's the
really.
simple things in life that make you happy.
Yeah, it's true. It really is at this point.
And it's totally great to make goals, but don't make goals that are just so out of reach and
Yeah.
so crazy. You have to do everything in steps and in strides. A lot of people 5 years or 10 years. I mean, it's good to be ambitious. I'll always respect that when I see that in a person. But
yeah,
don't leave yourself left for disappointment.
Yeah, be realistic.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
Yeah, I got a comment. I'm not sure how much of a question this is.
That's a long one.
But I will read this. Dear Top Tier, it's Curtis, the Asian kid with the whitest possible name from Hong Kong.
Curtis.
hey, I was in Hong Kong like 3 weeks ago. No, a month ago now, actually.
That's
where
so
you got
cool.
The McDonald's seasoning.
Yeah,
That shit's
Oh,
good.
They brought that shit home.
Shake, shake,
With the
Oh,
bag and
yeah.
everything.
Get a P.O. box. Any Hong Kong listeners, any like Asian listeners with like those shake fry like things, send it to the P.O. box.
Yeah, yo.
Let's go.
Yeah, those are godlike.
They were really
Anyways,
good.
Go ahead.
Sweet Jesus, sweet
What
Jesus, sweet Jesus, sweet Jesus, sweet Jesus. I didn't think the day would come when the podcast would return, but 3 years later, we back, boys.
Yeah, boy.
As usual, Rattel's nose is looking good. And Lou's not here. He says Mahal Kita. I think it was something dirty or something shit like that.
No, it means I love you in Filipino.
Well, that's not nearly
Tagalog,
as
then.
funny. In Tagalog?
And Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Bulbul and Pek mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What? What is that?
Talk about that later. Keep going.
Man.
Don't know if you all remember me,
Rattel is a welcome game.
but I asked about the Pokemon conspiracies and had Whitney say, and I quote, "I might be fucked up," when explaining my mixed ethnicity during the Halloween episode. He probably was explaining his ethnicity, and Whitney was probably just like, "Oh man, you fucked up."
I'm sorry.
It sounds like some shit.
Like
you'd
when
say.
What the?
It's been a while, and I'm now in the UK studying for my last year of bachelor's in graphic design.
Oh wow.
So much has
That's
happened
cool.
in this gap of time, and I've had to struggle through some life stuff, but I'd always play back some of my favorite episodes, like the truly outrageous episode with Tarek, and it would lift my spirits. I wish you guys the best in your internet data wasting endeavors, and look forward to watching some more shenanigans every single week. That's just a nice email
That's
from
nice.
Curtis. Thanks so much, man.
Curtis.
Thanks so much for all the support. Damn, crazy you've been listening this long.
Yeah, we gotta have
I'm glad you
Tarek back
returned.
on the show.
I miss
100%.
Tarek.
100%.
Yeah.
And Tarek, I got a lot.
He's a different man now, man.
He is.
He's
He looks
lost,
a lot different.
He looks like he's lost like 50 or
but he's
200 pounds.
he's really good friends with Mega Steak Man. You know who that is, right?
Yes, yeah,
And
Kyle.
Kyle. And they just did not that. It was this year, I think. They did like that big Legend of Zelda / Game of Thrones mix up. And it was the most fucking insane thing I've ever seen. And Tarek was in the credits, and I actually want to ask him some questions on it.
Yeah, I remember because my friend John, the Happy Console Gamer, was also like a little
Johnny Millennium.
cameo in it as well, and he told me about that
shit.
whole production.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Kyle is one of those people.
Kyle's insane, dude.
Yeah,
He's
he
so
will
good.
dedicate his life and everything. Like he won't eat for a week
What
just
the?
to like make a project happen. And where he's that
you
guy's
can
like,
see it though.
yeah, he's like the definition of hard work. And his
He's
stuff is great.
insanely talented.
Yeah. So yeah.
Barrett, especially because you're on the show, I just want to ask this one last question.
Yes, sure.
What up? This is Steve, aka Steve Mazzagatti, also known as the guy that sent you a picture of my sack, along with a note
my God.
that I wrote that said "Top Tier Podcast." I remember. I can send it again if you want for a wallpaper on your phone, Rattel. I'm good, man. Thank you. My question is,
Okay.
What the fuck, man?
I thought you were gonna end it there. I was like, you have to read that to me.
no. My question is, what is your stance towards meeting fans? Is it awkward for you, or is it something that you welcome? Now, this hasn't happened to me too often.
It's happened to you, though, before.
It has happened to
Yeah.
me, but it mainly happens to me most times when I'm hanging out with Bear.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's the coolest thing ever. It's like I love it and I welcome it, and like I actually get happier when someone comes up to me and says something rather than like being like, "Yo, Berudi, I saw you, man." I'll stand right beside you through Twitter like
That
a
sounds
few hours
creepy.
later.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I'll
creepy.
stand
That's more creepy,
beside
dude.
you. Like I was like, "Come on, dude, just come say hi. What's up?" Like I'm not gonna do it because it actually motivates me so much more. Just meeting the fans and like I met so many people actually this Canada Cup. And one thing also, whenever I travel with Whitney, because I guess
no one comes up to us
because I'm with the girlfriend. A lot of people think that I don't want to cock block. I don't want to do all this stuff.
We've been together for 6 years.
So I was alone in this Canada Cup, so I had a lot more people come up to me, and I had like a lot of people just like, Bear, I remember watching you since you had your fucking wooden arcade stick, and just people who came up and took pictures. It's just because
remember
like
your Call of Duty videos, dog.
That's very few Call of Duty, but yeah, I used to. That was my way into Machinima, actually.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. Jerry met me WrestleMania, but technically it's not like more of a fan. It's like a buddy.
Absolutely
Thing,
right? Something
that's like a fan, though.
No.
Something.
I don't feel like that.
Well, you met through the podcast.
Yeah, it's true though. But
he
like,
is a fan of you.
Yeah, Jerry's
Billy.
a homie.
Jerry's a homie. Jerry's our mod. He's in our Facebook group. Like
That's
he's part of the top tier fam.
He is. He really is.
Yeah.
So I don't consider him a fan because like I'm like, oh, what's up, Jerry?
Yeah, it's something to welcome, man.
Yeah.
But no, for sure.
It's something to.
Yeah.
It's always so inspiring to see people's faces. You
Yeah.
know, one thing that like when you do YouTube and even when you just do this Twitch stuff and all, you don't get to see a lot of faces behind the viewers. But when you get to see those faces in person, it's like it's that much more special. It's
Sure.
it's like you will remember those moments. You remember those people, and you can see these people who had these memories with you. You know, even though they may have not commented, they may have not, but they were there during kind of like your come up and your experience on YouTube. So I don't know. Anytime I do meet people, when I see people who just are totally like against taking pictures, and I know I never understand that, but there are, I guess, some people who are at a level of fame that they're just like
They don't want that shit anymore.
Yeah, but honestly, the thing is, like, anyone as popular as you are on Twitch, and like YouTube to a certain extent, YouTube's a little bigger, but like nobody's to the level where like if we were to go to the convenience store, you know, it's not like you can't go there because everyone's gonna be taking pictures of you. Like nobody's to that level yet, so you cannot be a fucking like arrogant prick and to just deny someone if they want a picture or something with you. And if you're in a gaming event, you know, like you need to cherish that, right? Like, anyways, I can talk about this forever.
No, it's cool. Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask this question while you were on the show, because it's only happened to be like a few times. It's really funny. I think the first time it ever happened, it was like in 2011 when I just was at like 300 subs, and we're at PAX. And of course, if anyone's going to recognize me, it would be at PAX or one of those types of events, right?
For sure.
And it's just like, hey, you're that guy who made that Scared Shitless video series. And I was like, yeah, that's me.
That's so cool.
He was right in front of me in
awesome.
line. You remember that, right, Billy? You were there.
Billy.
Billy does not remember.
Rattel's making all this up. The way Rattel said that sentence was like he was looking for approval.
Billy does not remember.
Billy just silent.
Were you there? No, you were. You've come.
2011 was our first PAX together.
Yeah.
No, trust me, and it's gonna happen again, Rattel. There's gonna be
I was
people...
probably just like chilling with Phil at that point. And, like,
yeah, probably. I don't know. It was just funny either way. But yeah, again, most of the times it happens like I'll be standing beside Bear and someone will recognize him. Like, it's like, oh, you recognize Rattel too, right? Oh yeah, I know you.
That's bullshit, man.
Thanks,
fucking
man.
lying.
Yeah, you were.
That's fucking lying right there, man.
I was in like one Beirut video. Anyways, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
For the podcast, I know shit is getting hype out in the living room. We're watching. We're about to watch GSP fight. Watching some UFC.
Maybe it happened.
You can watch that. I'll be
No,
here
I
with
think it's gonna start at 9. But
so.
I think one of us, I'm probably gonna have to manage the stream.
I can be here.
Okay.
No, man.
Okay.
If you want to watch, because I'm not watching the fight.
Okay. If you want to play some stuff solo, that'd be sick.
I can play solo.
Play some Mario or something and play some Switch. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, this is part of our 24-hour stream for Extra Life. Even when this goes live, the donation links are still open. It's for an awesome cause. It's for the BC Children's Hospital. We do it every year. This is our 5th year doing it, which is fucking insane to me.
5th year.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
I mean,
play some Animal Crossing. You got it.
Play some Animal Crossing.
Anyways, do you have Animal Crossing?
Come on.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Bear. Thanks, Whitney. Peace out, guys.